Record. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, in today's lecture, we'll discuss about why Java file name and class name should be same. What happens if we give the class name as different to file name? Whether Java environment allows us to execute the dot class file created or how the dot class file is created. Is it created with the file name or with the class name? Okay, so these things we should know. Then we'll come to know why we should give file name and class name as a same. Okay, so I'll explain this by using an example here. Okay, so just I'm keeping this in comment. Sorry. Okay, so because Java follows C++ syntax, we should use either C or C++ syntax. Okay, so I'm just using some C or C++ syntax here. Okay, right. Okay, so let us just write a simple program where the file name and the class name are different. Okay, so in such case, which one to be executed, how we need to execute that, today we will discuss those things. Okay, so I'm just writing a class called as example. Class called as a example. Okay, so inside the class, I define the main method. So in Java, how we define the main method? Public static void main. Then inside the parenthesis, right, string args. Okay, so string args, empty brackets. Close this. Then write the println method to print a message here. Okay, so how we write a println method? System dot out dot println. Okay, so here we'll print some message. What message? Say Java file name and class name must be equal. Some message we are printing there. Okay, so then close this, end this with a semicolon. Then close the main method, then close the class. Okay, right. So this is a simple class with the name example I defined here. Okay, now I'll save this in a file with a different name. Okay, so generally what we said in previous video, your Java file name and your class name both should be same. Both should be same. Okay, so here what I do is I save this. Okay, say save as. Now what I do is, the first thing is keep it as all files. Okay, so within the double quotes, now I call it as sample.java. I call it as sample.java. Okay, save it. Okay, then go to your command prompt, open the command prompt, right? So then go to the folder drive in which you saved. So I have saved in E drive. Okay, so in a folder called as Java programs. Okay, so just let me change my directory to Java programs. Right now here what I do is, if I type dir, now you can just see here. So yesterday we executed first.java, second.java, these two files and their class files are present here. Okay, so now I have created a Java file sample.java. Now you can see 5 files are there. Okay, right. Now I'll compile this using javac command. Javac, then say sample.java. right? So my program compiled successfully. Okay, right? So generally how we executed yesterday, we executed like this: Java, then we said sample, Java, then we said sample. Okay, now see here, there is an exception in thread main, java.lang. No class definition found error, sample. That means it is, what is this sample here? Sample is supposed to be the class name. Sample is supposed to be the dot class file actually. Yes or no? So if we want to execute, we should execute the dot class file here. Okay. So sample dot class file, whether created or not, first let us look into our directory. Type the command dir command. Now just go through the files. Now you see here, there is a file with the name sample.java, but there is no sample.class file created. Okay, but there is a file example.class file created. Example.class file created. Okay, so that means what is happening when you compile the Java program? Okay, so the Java compiler creates dot class file for every class you defined inside the program. Okay, so like this you can define other classes also. Okay, so generally a Java program contains more than one class. Okay, so for each class it creates a dot class file. I'll show that also after this example. Okay, so since we have defined a class by the name example, that's why you can see example dot class file created. Okay, that means for this class the dot class file is created, but not for the program, please remember, but not for our sample.java. Okay, so yes, you might be confused. Okay, so when you compile java c sample.java, you may be thinking that automatically sample.class file is created. Okay, so as we did yesterday, we compiled this java c first.java. Okay, so then first dot class file is created. Okay, so why created? Because our class name is also same as the file name. Okay, so that's why first dot class file is created. Okay, so then we executed just like executing the same file Java first. Okay, but if you give a different name and if you follow the same kind of syntax, then this is how you will get the error. This is the problem that occurs. Okay, so exception, that means sample dot class is not available. That's why the exception is no class definition found error exception you will get. Okay, so here example dot class file is created. Okay, now if you want to execute, let us see if we execute this, always we need to execute the dot class file. Yes or no? Okay, so let us just see Java example. If I type this dot class file name, okay, so whether it executes or not, again it is creating a problem here. Okay, so it is throwing the exception, same exception. Okay, so no class definition found error. Even for this dot class file also, when you execute this, if you get this no class definition found error, that indicates that your Java environment is, or your Java interpreter is unable to find this class. It is unable to locate this class. Okay, so that means this class path is not known to your Java environment. Okay, so that's why what you need to set, you need to set the class path first. Okay, so you need to set the class path. What is the command for setting the class path? Okay, so how to set the class path? The command is set. Okay, so then class path, the variable name is class path is equals to, so you have to go back to your JDK where it is installed. Okay, so in C program files, C drive program files. Okay, so there is a folder called as Java and there is a folder called as JDK 1.5.0, and in this there is a folder called as bin indicates binaries, that means all binary files will be present in this. Okay, so in this your Java C is present, Java is present. Okay, so this path you have to apply to your class path. Okay, so copy this. That means up to bin directory, you have to copy the class path. Okay, this is your class path. So copy this and then here you paste it. Here you paste it. Okay, so then say semicolon. Set class path is equal to then C colon program files slash Java slash JDK 1.5.0 slash bin. Okay, so then enter. Okay, so now your class path is set. Okay, so now your Java environment is able to find these dot class files. Okay, now it is ready to locate these dot class files. Okay, so if you execute this now, if you execute this, say Java sample, because there is no sample dot class file, you cannot do this. Okay, so in such case, that means if your Java file name and your class name are different, your Java file name and class name are different. So what is the file name here? What is our file name here? We have saved this with the name sample.java. Yes or no? Sample.java. Okay, so that means our file name and class name are different. Okay, but the Java environment creates a dot class file for this class only. Whatever class you define for this class only, the dot class file is defined. It is not going to generate a dot class file for the file name. Sample dot class file is not created. Please remember. Okay, so in such case, you cannot execute in this way Java sample. Then you will get this class no class definition found error. Okay, so what you need to do? You need to execute the class file. What is the name of the class file? Example. Okay, so then you have to execute Java example. Then you say Java example. Okay, so when you say Java example, now it executes that dot class file. You can see the output onto the screen. Java file name and class name must be equal. This is the message we want to display onto the screen in this method. Yes or no? So to overcome this problem, that means you need to remember, say for example, just I'll show you, I'll add one more class into this same file. Okay, so I have one class example. Okay, right now I say example one, I say. Okay, so then I add another class here. Okay, so then say class example. Now say example one, and I call this as example two. Example two, this one. Okay, so I say class example one. Okay, so I am just creating an empty class, no methods in this class. I have not included any method. Okay, right? Then I am creating another class, say class example three. Example three. Okay, so in this also no methods. No methods. Okay, only example two contains a main method. Okay, so other two classes I have just created empty classes here. Okay, right now just let us see what happens when we compile this code. Okay, so I'm just compiling this code. Clear the screen. Okay, now you say Java C sample.java. This is our file name. Right, compile successfully. Now type the dir command. Now you can see here example one dot class, example two dot class, example three dot class. Okay, you can give the class names in any order. Okay, it is not required that class example one should be defined first, then example two should be defined the next example three afterwards. Okay, so there is no such restriction. It only identifies these names. The order is not matter to the Java environment. Okay, right? So then it creates the three dot class files. Okay, now there are three dot class files. Okay, so which dot class file we need to execute? Then you will get the confusion. This is where you get the confusion. Okay, so you need to execute only that dot class file which contains the main method. You should execute only that class which contains the main method. And please remember, even though you have uh, n number of classes, only one class should contain this main method. You cannot define main method in all the classes. Please remember, only one main method should be there in one class. You can define other methods, user defined methods you can write in other classes. Okay, so we'll come to know about these methods, how to call those methods. Okay, so once we know how to create an object for the class, then we can call that those methods from other classes. Okay, so as we proceed further, we'll discuss all those things. Okay, but the very important thing to be remembered here is Java file name and class name should be same. Okay, if more than one class is present in your .java file, okay, and your file name should be same as the class which contains main method, in which class you have defined this main method. Okay, so then that class name and your file name should be same, please remember. Then it becomes easy, as if you are executing your file. You'll get an illusion that you are executing the same file. Okay, right? So if I rename this file, now you can see here. So what we need to do, we need to execute now. See here, if I execute example1 dot class file. Okay, if I say example1, no class definition, no such a method. See here, exception in, because no such method error this time, because I have created only empty class. There are no methods. That means there is no main method in this. That is how it is asking. Okay, so this is the error you will get. Now even if you execute example3, same error. Okay, so because this class does not contain the main method. Okay, but if you execute example2, then you will get the output, because this contains the main method which contains some println statement. No? So that is executed, and you can see the output here. The same output is printed here. Okay, so to avoid this confusion, to overcome this difficulty, generally what we do is class name and Java file name both we write same. Okay, and if your Java file contains more than one class, okay, so then the class containing the main method and your Java file name should be same. Okay, so that means now it should be example dot c. It is not sample dot Java. It should be example2 dot Java. So if we rename this, say for example, let me close this. So what I do is I rename this. Okay, so in local disk E Java programs. Okay, so now what I am doing is I am renaming this. Okay, so this sample is there now. So I rename this. Otherwise, you can just rename even the class. If you want to have the same name sample, okay, so then you rename, you remove this and call this class as a sample. Class this class as a sample. Okay, so class sample, then sample.java. Both will be same. Okay, so now you can just see here, save the program. Again, you need to compile. So if I compile, says Java C sample.java. Right? So now we can see, we can execute as if we are executing the file Java sample. You can say now. Just now you can see. So this is the advantage of having Java file name and a class name as same. Now let us look into these files now. Okay, so previously we had example2.class now. Okay, so this has already created. Okay, so if I run that example2, okay, now you can see the output display because it is already the binary file. Example2.class is already binary file. Okay, so exe file, executable file. So when you execute, already it is compiled and created, exe file created, no? So it will be once for all. Once you create a dot class file, that is created once for all, and anytime if you execute that dot class file, then the corresponding method will be executed in that class, and the output will be displayed from that class, whatever is there. Okay, so this will be saved forever. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and do share to your friends. Thank you.